The Chosen, Last Supper isn't just a season finale, it's a cultural moment. It's shattering box office records, leaving audiences in tears, and delivering one of the most powerful portrayals of faith, betrayal, and sacrifice we've ever seen on the big screen. As the final scene unfolds, Judas stepping into the moonlit Garden of Gethsemane, placing a haunting kiss on Jesus' cheek, the weight of what's to come becomes unbearably real. And now, with hearts still heavy and questions swirling, fans are already looking ahead. Dallas Jenkins and his incredible team are deep into production for Season 6, the crucifixion season, a chapter that promises to be the most intense, emotional, and spiritually profound yet. From behind-the-scenes whispers to official updates, here's everything we know so far. Get ready, this journey is about to get even more powerful. In this video, we're diving deep into the emotional conclusion of The Chosen Season 5, unpacking what lies ahead in the highly anticipated Season 6, from the heavy themes to the crucifixion arc, and sharing what we know so far about the trailer, behind-the-scenes production, and a release date that's much later than most fans expected. So stick around, there's a lot to uncover. But before we talk about the future, we need to reflect on where we've just been. The Season 5 finale, titled Last Supper, delivers a soul-stirring crescendo of emotion, sacrifice, and divine purpose. If you haven't seen the finale yet, consider this your spoiler warning. The episode opens with a poignant flashback. Thaddeus, still a humble stonemason, meets Jesus for the very first time. Expecting his usual carpenter, Thaddeus is surprised to find a new face, one that radiates both peace and power. It's Jesus, who quietly reveals that he is more than a craftsman, he's a rabbi. What follows is one of the most touching moments of the entire series. Jesus gently challenges Thaddeus to help build something stronger than stone, a spiritual kingdom that will outlast any earthly foundation. And then those two simple words that change everything. Follow me. We then return to the present. As the Last Supper draws to a close, the disciples raise their voices in harmony, singing Psalm 118, a hymn of hope and prophecy. Jesus, solemn and resolute, tells them, it's time. If the Last Supper felt brief in this episode, that's by design. Pieces of the meal and its meaning were spread across earlier episodes, culminating in this final, quiet moment before everything changes. But the heart of Episode 8 lies in the Garden of Gethsemane, a place of spiritual warfare and raw humanity. Jesus brings Peter, James, and John with him, then steps further into the darkness alone to pray. What follows is a breathtaking series of visions, spiritual echoes that foreshadow his coming sacrifice. In the first vision, we see Abraham and Isaac gathering wood for the altar. Isaac innocently asks, "Where is the lamb?" And Abraham's reply, "God will provide," carries the full weight of prophecy. The second vision transports us to the haunting Valley of Dry Bones, where Ezekiel answers Jesus' question, "Can these bones live?" With only, you know. In a moment that left many viewers in tears, Ezekiel and Jesus embrace as the vision fades. But it's the final vision that hits the hardest. A trembling Jesus is comforted by Joseph, not just as a father figure, but as a symbol of safety, love, and eternity. "I'll be waiting for you," Joseph says, as Jesus prepares to face unimaginable suffering. This isn't just storytelling, it's sacred drama. And it sets the stage for a Season 6 that promises to be the most powerful and emotionally charged yet. Between these powerful visions, Jesus returns to his disciples, the ones he loves most, only to find them asleep. Despite his agony and the looming weight of what's about to unfold, they can't keep their eyes open. Eyes open, he wakes them, his voice trembling with disappointment and sorrow. "Could you not keep watch with me for 1 hour?" he asks. But they don't fully understand the gravity of the moment. Not yet. The second time, he lets them sleep, maybe out of mercy, maybe because he knows what's coming and how much they'll need their strength for what lies ahead. And then, finally, he returns a third time, wakes them, and says just 2 words. It's happening. The silence of the garden is shattered. The distant sound of footsteps grows louder as torches flicker in the night. Temple guards approach, flanked by priests and led by a familiar face, Malchus, the servant of Caiaphas. And standing at the front of the group, Judas. The disciples are frozen. Their hearts race. Their minds reel. It can't be. Not him. Not Judas. But it is. Because the guards don't recognize Jesus by face, they need someone on the inside to reveal him. That someone is Judas. Slowly, Judas walks forward. The tension is unbearable. The betrayal is devastating. And with eyes full of anguish and confusion, he embraces Jesus and places a kiss on his cheek. The most painful kiss in all of human history. Jesus, calm but heartbroken, looks him in the eye and says, "My friend, do what you came to do." And that's how the season ends. No epic battle. No loud score. Just that final kiss. And then darkness. In theaters across the country, the reaction was the same. Silence. Deep, aching, soul-piercing silence. You could hear a pin drop. No one moved. No one whispered. No one even breathed. The credits rolled and yet no one got up. People just sat there, stunned. Some in tears. Many unable to speak. Overcome with the weight of what they had just witnessed. It wasn't just a finale. It was an emotional reckoning. Now it's your turn. If you've seen the finale on the big screen, I want to hear from you. What was your reaction? Did you feel that same overwhelming stillness in the theater? That shared grief? That unspoken reverence? And now we look forward. Season 6 is coming. And it's unlike anything The Chosen has done before. This next chapter will bring us face to face with the most painful and most redemptive moments in all of Scripture. The Passion of the Christ. Dallas Jenkins has confirmed it again and again. Season 6 is entirely focused on the crucifixion. Every episode will walk us through the suffering, the betrayal, the pain, the blood, and ultimately the sacrifice that changed the world. And it's possible that everything in Season 6, all the heartbreak, all the loss, all the fulfillment of prophecy might unfold in just one day. One sacred, agonizing day. Then comes Season 7, the final chapter, where we will finally witness the resurrection. And everything that follows. But first, we must walk through the valley. Now, with Season 6 on the horizon, we brace ourselves for the most emotionally devastating and spiritually transformative season yet. Are you ready? Because what's coming will change everything. The season will start with the disciples resisting Jesus' arrest. According to the Gospel of John, we know that Peter tries to stop the officers with a sword and cuts off the ear of Malchus, who is leading the arresting officers. The Gospel of Luke adds that Jesus heals the wound right there and criticizes the violent act. In Matthew, he says, "All who live by the sword shall die by the sword." He then tells his disciples not to resist his arrest. Then comes a painful series of mistrials. He's brought to Caiaphas' house and then tried in front of the Sanhedrin. Throughout this trial, we witness a Jesus who is generally quiet. He does not defend himself and rarely responds to accusations. He's found guilty of multiple charges, including practicing sorcery, blasphemy, and calling himself the Messiah. Of course, Peter's denial happens one of the most painful moments we'll likely see in Season 6. We should also see the final trial at Pilate's court, where Jesus is tried for claiming to be the King of the Jews. I don't know how they'll handle Jonathan Rumi portraying this, but we know Season 6 will show the flogging, Jesus being condemned to death, carrying his own cross, and being crucified alongside two thieves. If Dallas Jenkins decides to follow the Gospel of Mark, we will see Jesus enduring the torment of crucifixion until the 9th hour, which would be around 3 in the afternoon. There's so much more we could unpack from the different gospel accounts' subtle variations, prophetic echoes, and emotional nuances that deepen the story. But honestly, that's enough for now. Because if I'm being honest with you, my heart can't take much more. Even just talking about it feels like too much. Recounting these moments, these scenes that feel so raw and sacred, is enough to leave you breathless. The weight of it all. The sorrow. The sacrifice. The sheer emotional gravity is overwhelming. And if it's this heavy just talking about it, how are we possibly going to watch it unfold on screen? Speaking of watching, the question everyone's been asking: when will we finally see Season 6? Well, here's the good news. As of mid-April, Dallas Jenkins and the entire Chosen team have officially started filming Season 6. The cameras are rolling. The story is in motion. We are now entering what could be the most intense, emotionally devastating, and spiritually profound season in the Chosen's entire journey. Earlier this month, the production team even put out a casting call for extras specifically for the first block of filming, which runs through late April in Texas. That means we're already in the thick of it. Behind the scenes, the story of the crucifixion is already being brought to life. Now, typically, filming a season of The Chosen takes about 2 months. But not this time. This will be the longest production schedule in the show's history. Why? Because Season 6 will feature not only the usual 7 episodes, but also a feature-length finale. That's right, Episode 8 will be a full-scale, 2-hour film. Practically a movie. This longer finale means more time on set, more emotional storytelling, and more preparation to do this story justice. So don't be surprised if filming stretches into late summer, possibly even early fall. But here's where it gets tough: the release date. Many fans are hoping to see Season 6 as early as 2025. But let me set expectations clearly: it's unlikely. For starters, Season 5 still hasn't reached all global audiences yet. The current rollout plan has Season 5 landing on Prime Video between June and September, followed by a release on the Chosen app and website in the fall. That means most of 2025 will still be focused on Season 5's wide distribution. So what does that mean for Season 6? The most logical window, assuming everything stays on schedule, is late 2026. However, here's the curveball. At last year's Chosen Con, Dallas Jenkins gave fans a sobering update. The gap between Season 5 and Season 6 may be longer than expected. And now, some outlets like The Direct are reporting the same. It's looking more and more likely that 2027 is a very real possibility for the release of Season 6. And there's more. Chosen Con 2025? Cancelled. Dallas recently confirmed that the next Chosen Con won't happen until 2026. That delay has only added more speculation that Season 6 won't arrive until the end of that year, if not later. So, why all the delays? While we don't have official confirmation, several behind-the-scenes whispers suggest that the team is also working on a special Christmas release, possibly tied to the events of Season 6. That kind of additional production could definitely shift the timeline. So to recap, late 2026 seems to be the earliest we can realistically expect Season 6. Christmas 2026 is shaping up to be the most likely target, aligning the birth of Christ with the release of a season that explores his death. There's something deeply poetic about that. In the meantime, I'll be right here, covering every update, sharing behind-the-scenes footage, leaked images, cast interviews, and maybe even some surprises if we're lucky. So if you're not already subscribed, now's the time. Because as we prepare for the most heart-wrenching chapter of The Chosen yet, we're going to need each other. What do you think about all of this? Yeah, it's going to be a long and difficult wait, emotionally and literally. But I truly believe the wait will be worth it. Because what's coming in Season 6 is not just another season of The Chosen. It's the heart of the gospel. It's the moment everything has been leading to. Now, about the trailer. I know we're all eager to see it. But don't hold your breath just yet. We're still a long way off. Based on the current timeline, I'm expecting the first teaser. Probably a few haunting, powerful glimpses of Jesus' arrest, his trials, and yes, moments from the crucifixion. To drop sometime in early 2026. Until then, we hold on. We stay curious. We stay expectant. And if you're still trying to figure out how or where to watch The Chosen Season 5, check out the link below. I've broken it all down for you: platforms, release windows, and everything you need to know. Thank you truly for being part of this community, for listening, for feeling, for walking through these stories with me. Your support, your comments, your passion, they mean more than you know. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this with someone who needs to hear it. We're in this together. And the journey is just getting started. God bless, and I'll see you in the next one.